Have you ever wondered why some women undergo the painful procedure known as female genital mutilation or female genital cutting? Despite being born complete, many women and girls endure this harmful practice. Female genital mutilation involves the partial or total removal of external female genitalia or other injuries to the female genital organs for non-medical reasons. It offers no health benefits and can cause severe bleeding, infections, and complications during childbirth, which can increase the risk of newborn death. On July 15, Gambia's parliament rejected a bill to lift the ban on female genital mutilation, sparking intense public debate.
It would tell young girls, your rights can be easily taken away. If this is passed, then what's next? We have to really be strong about it and make sure that we don't take away something that took so long to fight for.
Why is FGM performed? The reasons are deeply rooted in sociocultural factors and vary by region and over time. In many places, social pressure and the need for acceptance drive the practice. In India, FGM is most prominently practiced among certain groups within the Dawoodi Bohra community, a Shia Ismaili Muslim sect from Gujarat. This community is one of several Bohra sects and has approximately 1.5 million members worldwide, including the US, Canada, Australia, Europe, and Africa. This ritual was also found being practiced by some other communities in at least one part of Kerala. In a 2016 sermon in Mumbai, Sayyidina Mufaddal Saifuddin, the spiritual leader of the Dawoodi Bohras, stated that female circumcision should be done discreetly, which drew criticism from anti-FGM campaigners. His words hold significant influence over his followers. Masooma Rinalvi, a survivor of the FGC, still recalls the day at age 7 when she was taken to an apartment in Mumbai with the promise of ice cream, only to face something else.
Female genital mutilation, which is known as FGM, it's also known as FGC by some people, is a practice which is really, really ancient. It's essentially a medieval practice which existed before the birth of Islam, before the birth of Christianity. So it's really an old practice which continued to exist for centuries, and we are primarily looking at a practice which existed in ancient tribal communities, and one of the primary reasons for the practice to happen in the first place was to control women and to control their sexuality. It's a traditional and a cultural practice, but it has been given a religious overtone. It's important to understand the reason why female genital mutilation exists, or rather why it is done to women and to girls. Also, the effects of female genital mutilation are irreversible. So what you do to a child's body as a child cannot be undone.
UNICEF and WHO report that over 230 million girls and women in 30 countries have undergone FGM, mostly between infancy and age 15. This practice costs health systems about $1.4 billion annually. Although FGM risk has decreased, progress must speed up to meet the 2030 elimination goal. In 2024, nearly 4.4 million girls are at risk, with 1 in 4 survivors having been cut by a health worker.
There's trauma associated with it. There's a feeling of betrayal because it's your own mother or your grandmother who has taken you to get cut, and you trust that person. To end this practice of FGC, merely bringing in a law to ban it is not enough. It has been tried out in different parts of the world, and having a law can be an important deterrent to those who want to be law-abiding citizens. But I would say it's not a magical solution to problems of social norms.
During our conversation, we learned about Masuma and Arifa's experiences with female genital mutilation. Their journey of survival has fueled a powerful mission to end this practice. Through their online platforms, We Speak Out and Sahyo, they are creating a space for dialogue and support. Sahyo, which means friends in Bohra Gujarati, reflects their vision of unity in seeking a collective solution to eradicate female genital cutting or khatna. FGM is targeted within the Sustainable Development Goals, specifically Goal 5, Target 5.3, aiming to eliminate harmful practices like child marriage in FGM. Reducing FGM supports quality education and maternal health. The SDGs and international conventions like CEDAW call on governments to eradicate FGM. In 2016, the Human Rights Council recognized FGM as violence against women and urged nations to legislate against it. Most countries affected have committed to these treaties. Globally, many countries have outlawed female genital mutilation. In Africa, Egypt, Kenya, Nigeria, Senegal, South Africa, Uganda, Gambia, and Burkina Faso have banned it. In the Middle East, it is illegal in the Kurdistan region of Iraq and regulated in Yemen. Asia sees bans in Indonesia and ongoing efforts in India. Europe enforces bans in the UK, France, Germany, and the Netherlands. The US and Canada have also prohibited FGM. However, it's still legal or not explicitly banned in Somalia, Sudan, Mali, Liberia, Saudi Arabia, Oman, Malaysia, Pakistan, and some Eastern European countries. FGM has no health benefits and causes significant harm. It involves removing and damaging healthy female genital tissue and disrupts natural bodily functions. The risk of health complications increases with more severe forms of FGM. A clear legal framework prohibiting female genital mutilation with criminal sanctions is essential for meeting international human rights obligations. Legislation varies by country. Some ban FGM in their constitutions, others in specific laws or broader criminal codes covering child protection, violence against women, or physical assault. In 2017, a public interest litigation was filed in the Supreme Court of India seeking a ban on FGM.
When this was filed, the Supreme Court admitted this petition. And since I'm a survivor and I'm also the founder of an organization which is working with survivors, it's a survivor-led organization, I intervened in this petition. So I'm an intervening petitioner in this particular case in the Supreme Court of India. So yeah, at the moment it's pending. We're hoping that we will see light at the end of the day.
The ancient practice of female genital mutilation or female genital cutting still continues due to cultural, religious, and sexual reasons. For many, it is even seen as a rite of passage. Despite international efforts to ban it, FGM still persists. Understanding its cultural context is key to protecting rights of women and girls worldwide. Ending FGM requires awareness and action. With camera person Gaurav Giri, Kirat Chawla reporting in New Delhi for DD India.